Hey friends, it's Angel Kirkland of angelkirkland.com. And if this is your first time catching one of my videos, I'm a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur. I do all the things. So today I have another cooking tutorial for you, so stay tuned. Hey guys, today we are going to do some collard greens. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make some really good collards.
Okay.
Alright, so the absolute most important part of a really good pot of greens is your meat. So I've been boiling this meat for about 3.5 hours. And as you can see, it's starting to fall apart. So in this pot, we've got some smoked ham hocks, some smoked neck bones. These are pork. So of course I say all the time, cooking is all, nothing's concrete, everything's up to you. If you don't like pork, you can use turkey pieces. I've heard people using smoked turkey. I've heard people use no meat at all. Completely up to you. And then we season. So the next most important part is your seasoning. And we did some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder. Okay? And you just let that come to a boil, and you boil your meats until they begin to fall apart. And like I said, this pot has been going about 2.5 hours. I'm going to be doing 2 bunches of collard greens. Alright, so here are the collard greens. I got them at my local Walmart. I'm going to teach you guys how to wash them and pick them and then cut them. These are very, very important steps. Do not skip washing your greens. I don't care if you buy them at the store and they tell you they already washed them. Don't believe them. And the reason for that is there's nothing worse than getting little ickies in your greens after you cook them. When I was a kid, my grandfather grew them, and he had a garden. And when I was a little girl, now I didn't go pick the greens because I didn't believe in going out digging in dirt. And I'm not really sure. My cousin and I were actually discussing the garden and growing up and having to get out there and do that kind of thing. And somehow I didn't have to go pick the garden. I didn't have to go pick the greens, but she did. I don't know. But I did have to be in there washing them and helping my aunts pick them and all that kind of stuff. So when my grandfather would grow them, they would get dirt on them or sand. And if you didn't wash them really good, when you bit down on your greens when they were on your plate, they'd be crunchy. And we don't want that. Alright, so basically you see it's very easy. Just want to rinse them really good. I know people who clean them with soap and water and all that. Honestly, I just don't feel like you need to do all of that. But you do whatever makes you happy. So I'm going to wash up the rest of these and then I'll show you how to pick them. Alright, so my greens are washed. The way that you pick greens is you want to pull them off of the stem about 3/4 of the way up. And then you want to snap them off at the top. So your leaf is going to look like that. Again, you take it, you peel it about 3/4 of the way up on both sides. And then you snap it off at the top. The reason for that is, I don't know. That's the way my grandma did it, okay? I don't know what the reason for it is. It's just the right way. But no, I think it has something to do with all the stem. Like you don't want all of that in your mouth. But if you like a whole lot of stem, I mean, you can definitely use a stem. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the greens. So, all right, so you're going to lay all your leaves on top of one another, like so. This is how my grandmother did it. And then she would take them from the top and roll them together. And then she would slice them into ribbons. then we put them in with the rest of them. And I'm going to finish up both bunches of greens, and then I'll be back to show you when we put them in the pot. All right, here are our 2 bunches of collards washed and cut, and we're going to get them in a pot. So we're going to add these right into our cooked meats. Now, something you need to know about collard greens is they cook down. Imagine spinach or cabbage. They cook way, way down. So I did 2 bunches, and these 2 bunches are going to feed my family of 6. Okay, I'm going to let these cook down a little bit, and then I'll get the rest of them into this pot. All right, we got all of our greens into the pot with our meat, and we're going to let that cook down. You can see they've already begun to reduce. We're going to let those cook down for about 35 to 40 minutes. You don't want your greens to be tough. I'm going to let these cook down, and then I'm going to come back and show you the seasoning. Alright, our greens have cooked down even a little bit more. As you can see, we got the meat in there, because we just added our greens right on top of our meat. And now we're going to season them. And they've only been cooking now for maybe about 10 minutes. So you didn't miss nothing. Alright, so we're going to do a little salt. You want to be careful with your salt because your smoked meats are already salty. Some garlic powder. Some onion powder. Some black pepper. And a pinch of baking soda. Now, if anybody get in these comments and ask me what's the baking soda for, listen, I don't know. My grandma did it. She's gone now, so I can't ask her. So ask your grandma. Maybe she know. But it make it taste good. I know that. Alright, and we're going to let these go for about another 30 minutes. And you also want to add about 1.5 tablespoons of sugar to your greens. That cuts some of the bitterness. Hey friends, so I realized as I'm editing this video for you all that something happened to the footage toward the end and it's just gone. So just wanted to give you some more instructions to finish your collards. So after you add the sugar, you're going to mix that in and go ahead and finish the cooking process, which I stated earlier is probably about another 30 minutes. And when those are done, you're going to just turn them off. And at that point, they are ready to serve. So thank you so much for tuning in. This again is Angel Kirkland at www.angelkirkland.com. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter for all things food. I will put together some entrepreneurial tips for you all. For those who want to start your own journey, you can always inbox me for questions or send me an email. And I think that's all I got for you today. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.